Well, the leftists do it again. Do what, you ask? Oh, make fools of themselves. One in particular was Robert De Niro, the Oscar-winning actor. You know, the guy known for saying, "You talking to me?" So Robert De Niro goes on the Tony Awards. I don't know if he was giving out an award or if he was doing a transition thing or what he was doing. Or maybe he was just there to spice the event up. Who knows? Well, he certainly did that because he decided to make a comment about our current president. He essentially said, "I just want to say this, F Trump." And no, I'm not going to repeat what he actually said. Rhymes with buck. But I think you guys get the general idea. And you've probably heard about this by now already. So, 2 weeks after Samantha Bee makes a fool of herself and uses the C word against Ivanka Trump, and by the way, she lost 2/3 of her sponsors last week, we have Robert De Niro basically doubling down and maybe tripling down on stupidity from the left. Now, he's not the first one to make a comment at an awards ceremony about our current president or about conservatism. Every awards ceremony that's taken place since January of 2017 has had at least one and maybe two responses to President Trump or references to President Trump. And of course, those responses are negative. Now, there may be those who say, well, if you ignore them long enough, they'll go away eventually. Or, who cares what they say? Well, they have every right to say what they say, and I care what they say, because it speaks to a larger narrative, and a larger dynamic as well. I mean, who knows, there may be some crazy left-winger out there who might decide, hey, I'm going to take a pot shot at the president. I mean, it's dangerous rhetoric, and if you don't think it is, then you need to pay attention. I mean, I gotta tell you, George W. Bush was a saint compared to President Trump, according to the left. And they despised President George W. Bush. But just imagine if a conservative comedian had gotten up there and said, well, F Obama, while he was president. Obviously, we would have never heard the end of it. There would have been cries, "Racist! You don't like him because he's black!" These are just a couple of the things that leftists would probably most likely say if you said that about Barack Obama. Now, Bobby De Niro is 74 years old. I mean, he should know better. But it seems like all these celebrities, they take that opportunity to get up there on stage, make fools of themselves, and then think that they're not going to expect any backlash. They might be great actors and actresses, but they are lousy people. The Trump hatred is just getting out of control. Especially now that he's made pretty successful negotiations with Kim Jong-un. And of course the left, they won't give him credit for that. I personally think that celebrities like Bobby De Niro and Samantha Bee and all these others, they should just do what they do best. Act, sing, or entertain otherwise. All this anti-Trump hatred is not getting them anywhere. All it's getting them is a lot of grief and a lot of heartache, which I think they deserve, by the way. I mean, not only that, but we've had Bill Maher come out and say, well, he hopes that the economy crashes so we can get rid of President Trump. Now, whether he said that in a joking manner or if he was serious is a bit of a debatable point. But it speaks to the overall absolute hatred and vitriol that the left has for this president. Which is ironic considering that he was once one of them. Yes, folks, there was a time where Donald Trump was a leftist. But as has been pointed out, people can change, and I think President Trump has changed for the better. If he had run as a Democrat, there would have been no issues whatsoever from the left. But because he chose to run as a Republican and chose to essentially march to the beat of his own drummer and not go along with the establishment, he's hated by both sides. Not hated by true Americans and true conservative Americans, but by the never-Trumpers, the rhinos, and of course the left. Which means that he must be doing something right, because he's ticking off the right people. But I personally think that individuals like Robert De Niro and Bill Maher and Samantha Bee, they just don't get it. And the ratings for awards shows, they're pretty reflective of people are just sick and tired of hearing about politics, especially hearing about Trump bashing. I myself have not watched an awards show in about 10 years, and I don't intend to start now. They've really become nothing more than self-congratulatory pats on the back for the left. And of course, who can top who as far as who can be more outrageous in their hatred for President Trump? But I'm not here to say we should boycott all movies and all TV shows, all of Robert De Niro's movies and all that stuff. Because if we were to do that, we would not have much entertainment left. Personally, I think it's okay to enjoy your favorite movies and TV shows, even if there are actors in those movies and TV shows that are very anti-Trump and anti-conservative. Just keep in mind those people are that way, but that doesn't affect their acting ability. Personally, I think boycotts actually work the opposite direction. I don't really think they really do much to affect the actors' careers. I think Americans are smart enough to figure out what they can like and what they can't like and make their own decision. I would never encourage a boycott or anything else. I would never encourage anybody else to boycott anything either. You got your own choice. You don't like something? Turn it off. You have the power of the purse and the power over your own remote. You can choose whatever you want to watch or not watch. But boycotts aren't going to hurt anything, I don't think. Or they won't really help anything, to be quite honest. So what do you guys think? Do you think the left is going way too far? Do you think Robert De Niro went too far dropping an F-bomb on the Tony Awards? Let us know in the comments section down below. And make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell to get notifications on when we have new videos. And as always, we'll catch you later. Y'all be good or be good at it, and peace!